So, so if you had telekinetic powers, would you use them for good or evil?
Right about now, I think I'd use them for fucking evil.
Yeah? Like, what would you do? What would you do with said powers?
Well, Justin Bieber wouldn't be safe, I can tell you that much.
Whoa!
I'd invade his mind.
Oh,
I wasn't threatening him physically, for crying out loud.
just his mind.
Just his mind. Yes. I would invade his mind. Although, I don't know, would I be drunk with power if I was suddenly Justin Bieber? Maybe I would find out, maybe I would come to understand him and be like, wow, apparently there is a point of too much fame and fortune where it ruins you as a human being.
I think he was a shit human being before he was famous.
You know, it's possible, but I'll only know once I'm inside of his mind. I can actually answer some of the greatest questions to ever, you know, be asked of our generation about Justin Bieber.
For example, you could answer, why is Justin Bieber such a shithead?
Right, exactly. I mean, that's kind of a generality. I want to get really into the meat of things.
That's the big question right there.
Yeah.
That's the big one.
I feel like in the end the answer would just be because he can.
But can he?
Because
Sure.
it was there.
Sure, for the time being he can, but it's not going to last much longer.
I really hope it doesn't, because I remember, like, there were a few years, like, do you remember Aaron Carter?
God, so vaguely.
Aaron Carter...
He went to Mars, right? It was that movie,
Yes,
Aaron Carter of Mars?
That was John Carter.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Aaron Carter of Mars. And
my God.
It was Aaron Carter, and he had to battle Godzilla on Mars.
Where were you when that movie came out and we really could have, like, made that into something?
Why? What would you do with it?
You just... it writes itself, I don't know. Aaron Carter of Mars, there you go.
It's not too late.
It is too late.
I think the audience that Aaron Carter of Mars was speaking to is still around today.
Okay. I don't buy it, but whatever.
Oh, man. Such a good idea. Okay. Perfect. Oh, so perfect. So tell me about Aaron Carter of Mars, because I don't remember.
John Carter of Mars.
Whatever.
Well, it was like the original adventure story that kind of set the groundwork for, you know, various things like Star Wars, Indiana Jones. A lot of the biggest adventure stories ever told, they were kind of all inspired originally. If you trace all the sources, it goes back to John Carter, or really Princess of Mars, which was a story from the early 1900s that kind of set that groundwork. And then for some inexplicable reason, they changed the title to just John Carter. Because that tells you everything you need to know about the movie you're about to see.
Sure tells me everything I need to know. Which is why I haven't seen it.
Do you know why? Do you know why they changed the title to what they changed it to?
I don't.
Because you remember there was an animated movie called Mars Needs Moms?
Very vaguely, yeah.
Right, yeah. Well, apparently, when that movie bombed terribly, they were like, clearly people don't want movies with Mars in the title.
Yeah, the most logical conclusion to come to. It's this whole Mars thing. That's what the problem is.
Oh, Hollywood. So yeah, it was like, clearly Mars is box office poison, not, you know, that creepy goddamn animation that the trailers all had. And the fact that it was just not that well reviewed to begin with.
I mean, is that something that people can relate to? Is that Martians don't have moms, or whatever that movie was about?
Yeah, apparently that all in itself just sounds so stupid. Like, what do you mean they need moms? Maybe they need mother figures. Maybe they need the things that stereotypically a mother would bring to the table. But they have their own society. Why the fuck do they need moms from Earth?
Yeah.
Just get your shit together, Mars.
Maybe that's what Justin Bieber's problem is.
What, he needs moms?
Yeah. because he lives on Mars. He's a Martian.
Maybe you might be onto something.
I mean, he is technically an alien.
Yeah, I'll say.
Oh man, this is coming along so good.
Yeah, mine too.
Mark Ruffalo would be proud. Mark Ruffalo's my spirit animal. Jesus Christ.
Yeah?
Are you going to be able to power all that?
You let me worry about it.
I'm saying you should worry about it.
Whatever, I'll power it. You'll see. I'll find power.
Alright.
You were the one who said thrusters were the way to go, so here I am.
Yeah, you're right, I did say that.
I got some advice. And I decided to run with it 150%.
Well, if you do manage to power it, there's no question that it will be fast.
Oh man, I am so excited about the possibilities of this. Are you building a helicopter?
Yeah, space helicopter.
A space helicopter? I told you that doesn't make any sense.
It's perfect. It's the best. It's the ultimate attack vehicle.
Helicopters require air.
But they can hover.
Yeah, but anything can hover in space.
Yeah, but this is a helicopter, though.
That just sounded like but these go to 11.
What's that from?
This is Spinal Tap?
Never saw it.
Oh, you should.
I thought Spinal Tap was a band.
They are.
Was the movie about the band?
Well, it's more like the opposite. Like, the movie was about a fictional band, but the actual the songs that they came up with for the movie were so good, and that they just started actually, like, putting out albums that were kind of just like they only put out 3 albums, I think, but it was like a send-up of heavy metal in the 80s.
Huh.
You've never seen that movie. You're kidding.
No, I've never seen it.
Fucking see it. It's amazing.
I always thought it was a documentary.
It's a mockumentary.
Oh. I see.
What do you got against mockumentaries?
Take them or leave them.
Well, this is one of the best, so you should see it.
So, explain. So, what's it about?
It's about a fictional band called Spinal Tap, where it's a documentary being made about them as if they're one of the biggest musical acts of the era, and it's just about them going on tour and a lot of drama coming up while the camera crews are with them, and it's an improv mockumentary that was made years before that was a more common thing.
Oh, okay.
It kind of laid the groundwork for them. That whole style that now you can even take The Office back to This is Spinal Tap.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm at the other thing. Tedious.
Hey. Tedious, says the man who says, "Let's play Space Engineers."
Space Engineers is a great game, and I will not take this slander.
No, you know what? You're right. It is actually a great game once they got the hang of it.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, you were like, I kind of want to play Space Engineers.
Yeah.
I was like, what happened to this game sucks, and it's the worst.
Well, you know what? Hey, you know what? It's like what happened with that game Murder, except murder happened very quickly.
Yeah, and you know what? People probably... Well, by the time this part comes out, I think people probably know about Murder.
Yeah, I gotta send... Did I send you my footage of Murder?
I don't know, I haven't looked.
If not, I gotta send that to you so we can... Because you may as well just put the whole thing up.
Yeah. Yeah, why
That was
not?
a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun time. A good time that we had with the right kind of Canadians.
Yeah, the kinds that would never go to space.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of mean to imply that they would never achieve flight in space.
Yeah. You take that back.
I did. I'm taking it back just by saying that right now.
Okay, good. Because they don't deserve that kind of slander.
No. I was complimenting them. I was complimenting them.
With slander?
No!
Alright, let's see.
You motherfucker, you!
Oh, this should work pretty well. Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. That needs to be bigger. Alright, that's probably pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's perfect. 10. 10 is the best, Russ. 2, 3,
10 is the best, sure. What are you talking about?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go.
What if I told you 50 was the best?
You'd be wrong. That's what I would say. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've already established that 10 is the best.
You may establish. I ain't established it.
Oh man, this is gonna be so good. 10. Oh man.
What is 10? What do you have 10 of?
Blocks.
All right.
Oh, it's coming along good, Russ. Coming along.
What, yours or mine?
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
I gotta say, I kind of miss The Simpsons.
Well, you're lucky. They're still on.
They are, but I don't want to watch them.
You know what was weird? Here's the thing. I actually watched The Simpsons again, and the reason being is, it was so good for, like, almost 10 years. Maybe about 10 years. And then it was kind of okay for, like, another 3. And then it was barely tolerable for, like, another 4 or so.
Yeah.
And then it was just sort of bad for, like, 7, 8 years. But now I've stopped watching it for so long that when I decided to go back to it and be like, let me see what's on. You know what? I'm enjoying it again. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's been on for 25 years. I just don't care anymore.
I find myself to not be as judgmental as most people are. Like, most people almost they're almost insulted that the Simpsons are still on. It seems like.
Yeah.
They're like, how dare they? How dare they still be on and not be performing to my standards?
Oh, that's most people with every fucking thing.
It's true.
Most people are just fucking awful.
Oh shit, I don't like this. They see me, I'm done. We're just apple farmers. Nothing suspicious here.
Hardcore.
Right, but you told me they look like traitorous dogs before telling me that they'd be flying a giant hockey stick.
Why am I doing this? Why is this happening to me?